show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright, we're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, by now we all done heard about Takeoff fatally losing his life down there in Houston, Texas back in November of 2022, where he was shot and killed after an altercation between Quavo and another individual. There's many rumors floating around about who did what, or who was the reason behind the shooting, but in the end, DJ Pat, aka Patrick Xavier Clark, was arrested and charged for being a suspect behind the shooting. Now, out of everybody that was there, we've seen Jay Prince do interviews about what happened that night. We've seen him accuse Offset of allegedly saying things about him behind his back. We've seen Quavo and Offset get into an altercation behind the scenes of the Grammys before Quavo did a tribute to Takeoff. And we've also seen Quavo's sister go off about losing her nephew. A lot has transpired after Takeoff's death, but the one thing we haven't seen, and the one thing that everyone has been waiting on, is a response from Quavo himself. Since that fatal night, everybody's been wondering how Quavo feel and what he has to say about everything, because he was the one that was actually there. He was the one that got into the argument, and a lot of people are still wondering to this day who Quavo was arguing with. Now, nobody's saying nothing. He's the only one that could pretty much kind of clear that up. Now, Quavo has yet to make any statements in regards to what happened that night, but he has recently put out a song where he throws jabs at, I guess Offset and the return of the Migos, briefly explaining the future of the whole Migos group. Pretty much letting it be known that the Migos that we have known and loved are officially done. Although they broke up before leaving Offset to do his solo thing and Quavo to form a group with Takeoff, many of us thought that Takeoff's death will bring these guys closer and possibly come back together as the Migos. But sadly, we were mistaken. Now, Quavo took to his Instagram to debut a new song and video called Greatness. He has some interesting lines in there, some in particular where he pays tribute to Takeoff and explains that the Migos group is done. Now he said, quote, "I was drinking that act, came in, swept the game by storm with mother effing flow, N-word, Take did that. So don't ask about the group, he gone, we gone, young N-word, it can't come back. I'ma make sure mama straight, especially mama Take. I can't kick it with a fake, and I won't sleep with the snakes." So he pretty much let it be known that Take is gone, so the group can't come back, so stop asking. And like I said earlier, it's because everybody was wondering, what are these guys going to do? Are they going to come back together in the name of Takeoff? Bring the Migos back because everybody know and love these guys for being together. It just don't look right seeing Quavo do his solo thing and then seeing Offset do his solo thing. Even though he been doing a solo thing, and not to mention Offset has been having a lot of success doing his solo thing. So, it's just weird because we know them for coming in the game together. Them three, we know them for being tight as ever from the beginning of the time. So to see them now having solo careers and not even speaking to each other, and to hear that there's some altercations going on between them, it's kind of weird, man. Now, I don't know who he was referring to in the lines afterwards saying how he can't kick it with fakes and he won't sleep with snakes. I'm not even going to jump to conclusions. However, I'm still confused as to why Quavo and Offset seem to still be at odds with each other. I always thought that Offset left the group due to his complications with Quality Control CEO QCP, which led to Quavo and Take having to keep the ball rolling by themselves. But to see that Quavo and Offset won't even come back together for the sake of Takeoff, and hearing them get into things at the Grammys, that's kind of weird. Because when they came together for the funeral, I thought everything was cool. because clearly that let us know that it was no big animosity, because they was able to be around each other and act accordingly. You know, even if they didn't like each other, they still came together. If I really didn't like him or I really wanted to do harm to him, there would have been no chilling with each other. There would have been no us coming together, standing around talking to each other. 9 times out of 10, they would have came separately to the funeral, or, you know, just been on their own paths, you know. But instead, we seen pictures of these guys together, you know, him, Cardi B, and a couple other people. So it's like, you know, what's the animosity about, man? Now, another thing that's a little funny to me is how Jay Prince came after Offset and got the nerve to say Quavo is cool. You know, when the last time I checked, it was Quavo who was arguing with somebody, allegedly from Mob Ties camp, that actually led to the fighting and shooting in the first place. So in other words, if Quavo was never arguing with somebody, none of this would have happened in the first place. So how is Quavo just suddenly cool with Mob Ties and them, according to Jay Prince? You know, what makes Jay Prince so mad at Offset and not Quavo? But what kills me is, out of everybody who was actually there, nobody's speaking. You know, Jay Prince Jr., Quavo, you know, the Migos bands, whoever, them guys aren't saying a thing. However, it's somebody that wasn't even there, Jay Prince, who's speaking on the situation and, you know, going on podcasts and doing interviews, you know. But I got plenty of questions still lingering when it comes to that case, that whole situation. This isn't the video for it. We'll get into it another time. As for now, y'all make sure y'all jump in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. How y'all feel about Quavo pretty much saying that Migos is done. There's no coming back, even, you know, in the name of Takeoff. All right? Jump in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.